Hello, my name is Rob, and today I am making gazpacho soup. Welcome to Rob's Randoms. This is a channel where I make videos about things that interest me. Could be an art project, the story of something interesting, or like today, it could be a recipe. So yes, today we are making gazpacho soup, which is a traditional Spanish soup which is served cold and is supposed to be a lovely thing to have on a warm summer's afternoon. I am filming this on the 19th of November, and it is absolutely not nice and warm outside. So, why am I making this? That is because in a few days, or in a few days in the past for you, it is Gazpacho Soup Day. The 25th of November is Gazpacho Soup Day. Well, unofficially in the Red Dwarf community anyway. So in Red Dwarf, the 25th of November was the day that Arnold Rimmer was invited to the captain's table, and he saw this as a great career opportunity. However, the starter was gazpacho soup, which he did not realise was supposed to be served cold, and so he demanded that the chef heat it up and serve it hot. And then everybody laughed at him for not knowing this, and he saw that as basically the end of his career, and so it becomes this whole thing that Gazpacho Soup Day is basically the point that his life went to ruin.
The looks on their faces still haunt me today. I thought they were laughing at the chef, when all the time they were laughing at me as I ate my piping hot gazpacho soup.
And so in the Red Dwarf community, November the 25th has become known as Gazpacho Soup Day. Now, I am a big fan of Red Dwarf. In fact, recently I made a video trying the fried egg chili chutney sandwich from Red Dwarf, which you can watch up there. But today we are making gazpacho soup. So what is gazpacho soup and how is it made? Well, despite what Lisa Simpson would have you believe, gazpacho soup is not
tomato soup served ice cold.
In reality, gazpacho soup is a bit more complicated than that. It has a lot more different ingredients. It's more than just tomato soup served cold. So the recipe I used for this is the Nigel Slater BBC Food one, and there's a link in the description if you'd like to make this at home. So for this gazpacho soup, here are the ingredients I used. Cucumber, bell peppers, tomatoes, onions, garlic, white bread, olive oil, and sherry vinegar. So now let's get on and cook this soup. Wait, is it cooking? There's no heating involved. Let's get on and make this soup. So the first thing I need for this soup is stale bread, except I don't have stale bread, but I do have old bread. So what I'm going to do is weigh out some of this bread, put it in the oven for 10 minutes or so, and that's going to dry it out, and that's going to make stale bread. So I need 100 grams of this bread. Is it just me who can never open this thing and then close it back up again? Is that just me? That's so much easier. Right, what's 100 grams? That? No, whoops. That, okay, 3 slices is 100 grams, cool. So now I want to cube this. Oops. Oh, come on. Is that just not the right thing for it? What if I just use that? Okay, that's so much easier. Right, cool. They may be a bit big, but they're going in a blender, so I don't think it matters. Right, that's going into an oven at 170 fan for about 10 minutes to dry out. Okay, next, we need to roughly chop all of this so that we can then blend it all together. I have no idea how big I need the sizes to be. I mean, it said roughly chop. Whoops, completely forgot I also needed to cut up the onions. So let's quickly do that before the timer goes off for the bread. Feels pretty stale. Right, so now, before we put it in with the soup, we need to soak it in some cold water. This is very much a dry the wet and then wet the dries situation. So, first off, we need to soak the dry bread in some water. Annoyingly, it doesn't specify how much water. So now it says to put most of this in there. Let's just do about half. Just because I think all of this may like overload it and make it struggle. Right, now for the bit that I really don't like, because it makes a really loud, horrible noise. But let's do this for a bit. Okay, that made light work of that. So now for the dried bread that's soaked, so it's actually wet dried bread. Also need to add, it said 3 cloves of garlic, but I'm using lazy garlic because I'm lazy. So let's just chuck in that much. That felt like loads. 3 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm using extra virgin. I think this is fine, right? What's 3 tablespoons? Quite a lot, right? I think that was way too much, but it's fine. And 2 tablespoons of vinegar. Now it says sherry vinegar, but I've only got red wine vinegar. I looked in Tesco, couldn't find sherry vinegar, but hopefully this is good enough. So 2 tablespoons of that, and let's try that. It's not exactly a very soupy consistency right now. I think maybe I need to add a bit more water. I mean, it didn't specify how much to put in, so yeah, let's try a bit more water. Right, that's definitely looser. Is that right? I mean, I gotta say, it looks horrible. Right, so now that needs to go in the fridge for about 20 minutes to like really chill down, and then we can try some gazpacho soup. So here it is. This is my gazpacho soup. Gotta say, putting it in the fridge for 20 minutes hasn't made it look any nicer. But now we're going to give it a try and we're going to see what it's like. It just smells like fresh vegetables. It's quite a nice smell. I can't actually smell as much garlic as I thought. Right, let's give this a taste. That was a lot of feelings all at once. Okay, so the wet bread isn't the worst texture in the world. I'm not sure I would say I'm a fan of it, but it's okay. Otherwise, it's mostly just fresh vegetables. I'm kind of getting the vinegar. I can maybe do with like seasoning. Like, maybe it's nice. Hold on. Yeah, it's all right. It's not like the strongest tasting thing in the world. It's just nice, fresh vegetables, which I suppose, if you're having this on a nice Spanish warm afternoon, this would be a really nice lunch. As a dinner, it's not the worst, but I am going to have some toast with it. So that was Gazpacho Soup, made for Gazpacho Soup Day. Hopefully all the Red Dwarf fans out there enjoyed this video. This was fun. This is an interesting thing. Maybe I won't ever have it again, but it was cool to make. But now I've done it. I have made Gazpacho Soup, and now I swear on my honour that I will never mention Gazpacho Soup again.
Super.